Good morning, grade 5th. How are you all? I hope you all are doing good at your home. Class, today we will continue our block 15, that is physical changes. And our last topic of this block is expand or contract. Okay? Moving towards our recap question. In yesterday's video, I had given a homework question, right? That question was, how are boiling and condensation rivers of each other? Do you know the answer? Many of you have given the answer in the comment section. Very good. Your answer will be, in boiling, liquid changes into vapors on heating. I am repeating. When we heat the liquid, that liquid changes into vapors. Okay? And what is condensation? In condensation, vapor changes into liquid on cooling. When we cool the vapors, they change into liquid. It is condensation. How they both are reversed? In boiling, liquid is changing into vapors, but in condensation, vapor is changing into liquid, right? That's why they both are reverse of each other. Clear? Recap question clear? Now moving towards our today's topic. Okay? Our aim for today's topic is to explain why most things expand on heating and contract on cooling. Okay? Our keywords are expansion and contraction. Right? Moving towards our activity part. You had seen the balloon, right? A balloon expands or becomes bigger when we blow air into it, right? When we blow air into a balloon, it expands or the size of the balloon increases, right? And when we remove air from that balloon, it contracts. Have you seen this, right? Have you seen this or not? When we blow air into the balloon, it is expansion, and when the air is removed from that balloon, it is contraction, right? In the first picture you can see that the level of mercury is increasing in a thermometer, right? When we use mercury thermometer to measure our body temperature, the mercury in the bulb expands and rises due to our body heat. This you can see in the first picture, right? When the heat of our body increases or rises, the mercury that is present in the thermometer also increases, right? First picture clear? Moving towards the second picture. In the second picture you can see that a tire is punctured, right? Firstly, the size of the tire is small, but when we fill air into the tire, what will happen? The size of the tire is increased. This is what? This is expansion. The tire is expanding. Clear? And when we remove air from that tire, or when the tire is punctured, the tire contracts, right? The size of the tire decreases. Activity part clear? Now moving towards our activity discussion part. Our question number 1 is, what happens when you blow air in a balloon? In the picture you can see that what is happening when you blow air into a balloon? Do you know the answer? Your answer will be, when we blow air into a balloon, the size of the balloon increases, right? Balloon becomes bigger in size, or it expands, and balloon occupies more space. This you can see in this picture also. When you are blowing air in a balloon, the size of the balloon is increasing, right? The balloon is what? Expanding or contracting? Your answer will be, balloon is expanding, right? Clear? First question clear? Now moving towards our second question. Our second question is, what do you understand by the term expand? Do you know what is expand? What is expandation, or what is the meaning of word expand? Your answer will be, expand is defined as to increase in size, to unfold, or to spread out. Right? Expand clear? Moving towards next question. What is the opposite of expand? When we are blowing air in a balloon, the balloon is expanding. And when we remove air from that balloon, what will happen? The balloon contracts. So, what is the opposite of expand? Opposite of expand is contract. Right? Our next question is, what happens when things contract? Do you know the answer? Your answer will be, when things contract, the size of that thing decreases, right? And those things occupy lesser space. Clear? When we expand anything, its size increases, it needs more space, right? And when we contract anything, what will happen? Things become smaller in size and they need lesser space. They occupies lesser space. Clear? This question clear or not? Do you have any confusion? Moving towards our question of the day. Your question of the day is, expansion and contraction are what type of changes? Firstly, watch the video carefully, and after that you are able to answer this question, right? Now, moving towards our generalized question. Our question number 1 is, what happens when things are heated? Do you know what happens when we heat the things? Your answer will be, most solids, liquids and gases expand on heating, right? And contract on cooling. What is the reason behind this? This is due to the change in the arrangement of particles, right? On heating, what will happen? The particles gain energy, right? And they start moving apart. Clear? This results in expansion, right? And on cooling, what will happen? On cooling, the particles come closer to each other. They cause things to contract or shrink, right? This is the reason why things expand on heating and things contract on cooling, right? In the last question, I had already explained the reason, right? What will be the reason? Reason is this happens because of the change in the arrangement of particles, right? On heating, the particles gain energy and they start moving apart. What will happen after this? This causes things to expand, right? And on cooling, what will happen? The particles come closer. When we cool anything, the particles of that object comes closer, causing things to shrink. This results in contraction. Clear? In this picture, you can also see that first picture is of cold, like when we cool any object. Then what will happen? When we cool any object, then the particles of that object come closer and occupy lesser space. This results in what? This results in contraction, or they contract. And in the second picture, you can see, when we heat any object, the particles of that object start moving away from each other, and that's why they occupy more space. And this is what? This is expansion. Clear? In both pictures you can see the difference. In the first picture the particles are closer to each other, but in the second picture when we are heating the object, the particles are moving away from each other, right? So first picture shows contraction and second picture shows what? Second picture shows expansion. Clear? So this is clear to all of you that on heating, particles gain energy and they start moving apart, right? And what happens on cooling? On cooling, particles lose the energy and they start coming closer to each other, right? This is contraction. Expansion and contraction both are clear. Our keywords are these expansion and contraction, right? Are you clear about what is expansion and what is contraction? Okay, now moving towards our next question, right? Our next question is, are expansion and contraction physical changes? Do you know what is a physical change? A physical change is a change in which no new substance is formed, right? Only the physical properties are changed. Like when we tear a paper, only the physical properties of a paper is changed. No any new substance is formed, right? But when we burn a paper, paper is changing into a ash, then a new substance, ash, is formed. This is not a physical change. Clear? So I'm asking, so physical change is clear, right? I'm asking that are expansion and contraction, these are physical changes or not? Pause the video and think about it firstly. Your answer will be yes. Expansion and contraction, they both are physical changes as no any new substance is formed in expansion and contraction, right? Like when the mercury is increasing in the thermometer, no any new substance is formed, right? When tire is punctured, the substance remains same, right? No any new substance is formed in the contraction. And when we fill air in a tire, the tire expands, but no any new substance is formed in that case also, right? So in expansion and contraction, these both are the examples of physical changes. Clear? And what type of physical changes are they? They are reversible or irreversible? They are reversible, right? Expansion and contraction are also examples of physical changes that are reversible changes. Clear? Now, moving towards our HOTS question. Our question is, why do people fill less air in tires of vehicle in summer? Do you know the reason? In HOTS question, you have to pause your video and use your mind for answering the question, okay? And after this, I will show you the answer. Firstly, use your thoughts, use your mind, and write down the answer in the comment section, okay? Okay, your question is, why do people fill less air in tires of vehicles in summer? What is the reason behind this? Your answer will be, in summer, the air inside the tires expand, right? As we know that on heating, the particles start moving away from each other, right? They start moving apart. So in summer, the temperature increases, right? That's why the air inside the tire expands. So less air is filled to allow space for its expansion. I'm repeating, if we fill the full space of the tire, what will happen? There is no space for the expansion of air, right? In the summertime, when the air inside the tire starts expanding, what will happen then? There is no space left for the expansion. This results in bursting of the tire, right? That's why people feel less air in tires of vehicles in summertime. Clear? Because they leave some space inside the tires for the expansion of air. Clear? Horse question clear? Expansion and contraction clear? What are the reason behind this? Why the substance expand or contract? What is the meaning of the expansion and contraction? All these questions are clear, right? On heating, the most substances expand, right? And on cooling, the substances contract. Clear? Expansion, contraction clear? If you have any doubt related to this topic or this chapter, you can ask me in the comment section. Okay? Now moving towards our homework question. Your today's homework is you have to complete S4 in your workbook. Okay? And you have to complete question number 7th and 8th in your notebook. Clear? Class, firstly, listen the video carefully or watch the video carefully and then read your content book, and after this you have to complete your workbook and PQ. Okay? Before doing your homework, you have to watch the video carefully and read your content book. After this you have to complete your homework. Clear? This will help you in doing your homework, right? Okay class, bye bye. Take care. Thank you.